Jim Shirk, and I am a retired airline pilot flying for TWA and American for 36 years. My wife Terry and I own the Island Waters. It's the latest chapter in a lifetime spent on the water. The thing that makes this boat different and perhaps unique is that we don't intend it for our own personal use particularly. It's more here to allow people from the mainland to experience life on the water. We have a friend here, Rick, who's a partner and co-founder of Recovery at Sea, and he brought to our attention the existence of this boat, and knowing it to be available, we bought it so that it could be used for these purposes.
My name is Rick Werdy, and as of 2011, I've been building boats for 40 years. I started at Terminal Island, right across the street here, at a company called Challenger Yachts. I served an apprenticeship when I was 15 and a half years old. I've always specialized in major refits, which is taking a boat from a very, very rough state or state of needing a lot of repair. And customers and people have found me and kind of carved out a niche for taking on projects of pretty substantial size where people didn't see the value in something and turning it into something pretty amazing.
I happened to actually overhear my partner Rick talking to a friend of his about his vision for taking these people out on the water and giving them a new perspective on life. And as it turned out, he named this boat as the best boat in this whole area for doing that. So without going into all the details, 65 days later, my wife and I closed escrow on the boat. And it was our intention, and is and will be, to use this boat for public service.
Recovery at Sea is a venture to create an atmosphere of recovery. We're recovering the spirit of the boat, and we hope to recover the spirit in people and give them purpose, teamwork, and a sharing of a common experience that hopefully will change their lives and bring them to experience something they have never experienced, nor they may have never imagined. So in doing so, we hope to touch people, and may the word go out and they share it with other people, and more people will continue to come, and maybe this will be the first vessel of many. We're also trying to offer a work rehabilitation program that people can come and learn a trade and find something to do that is really not offered in any school or college, or any training program does not exist today to train you in the maritime repair world. So we're hoping to offer a program to train people how to work on boats, how to paint them, how to run them, how to refit them, how to do electrical work. The majority of the guys that are working on the boat are in recovery. And you know, once you have a job and a purpose and something to do every day and be around a bunch of good people, it becomes much more attractive than the alternative. You want to be here. You want to be a part of it. You don't want to miss anything. You don't want to miss another day. There's so many. I got so many lost days. I lost a lot of days. And I don't have to have any more lost days. She's an 82-foot steel boat. It has a twin 170 horsepower Caterpillar diesels in it, and 2 Caterpillar generators. The engines reportedly burn about a gallon per mile per engine. In today's prices, probably costs a little over $20,000 to fill it up, so it's going to hurt at the pump. It has about an 8,000 mile range under power. We could go from here to Singapore almost non-stop. There's actually 2-inch thick teak under the main salon floor that somebody had put plywood over and covered up with carpet. We cut the pass through because there used to be you could pass a couple plates through. There's about a 10 by 12 little opening. And we reflowed the floors, put new stainless steel countertops in. We've completely refinished the wheelhouse and done a pretty extensive redesign on the layout of it. We're going to be putting some new modern updated electronics in it. Over the last couple of weeks, we've pretty much rebolted all the big cap rails. They're big solid pieces of teak, which in this world, 8-quarter teak is running about $28 a foot. It's like gold. It's very, very hard to find, and the teak forests have been pretty depleted, so it's a pretty rare commodity. All the doors on the vessel, there's I think 9 of them, were very, very cracked and delaminated, and they were pretty much coming apart. And they too are also solid 2-inch thick solid teak. I mean, each one of those doors in today's prices probably has $3,000 or $4,000 worth of wood in it. The boat was built to very high Lloyd's of London requirements. A vessel like this is pretty much irreplaceable today.
It's kind of like a little movie star boat, if you will. It was purchased and built for a very wealthy man named Gurney Munn II. He was from Palm Beach, Florida, and his clan included the Astors and the Vanderbilts and all the best names in our nation's history, if you will, and the richest people. And so he had this boat built in northern England, right up near the border of Scotland and England on the North Sea. After the Munn family owned it, it passed into the hands of William Ruger of Ruger Firearms, and he used it for cruising around. We've heard that the boat's been around the world 3 times. Can't guarantee that, but we know it's also been down to the tip of South America, into Antarctica, up the west coast to British Columbia, because the third owner was the owner who started Jack in the Box. And he gave the use of the boat to Scripps Oceanography down in San Diego. And they used it as a research vessel then up and down the coast. And then the fourth owner, the one preceding us, had owned the boat for 23 or 25 years. They were the Donaldson family, but they would be better known as the house band for Dick Clark, the Robs. And then they went on to form Cherokee Studios, which is a very famous recording studio here in Los Angeles for many, many years. And from their hands, it passed into Terry's and my hands, and here we are.
It won't be just about recovery. I mean, we want to offer it up to the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, to kids with cerebral palsy. I mean, Dan Hernandez and his Fishing with Kids. It's also about people who have just had hardship. That somebody who's having a hard time in their life needs to know that there's somebody out there that'll help them, no matter what. And if you can pay, you can pay. If you can't, it's okay too. I mean, that's what it's all about. I guess that's something you get as you get a little older. That you get to give back, and it's a great thing to be able to do. So that's really what the long-term goal is. The challenge we have today. I mean, it's been a great ride so far. We've got a lot done since May 1st, and we hope to be on target.
We would like to see the boat leave the dock virtually every day. In the Recovery at Sea, we anticipate that we're going to receive donations of boats, and those boats need to be fixed up before they can be sold, and then generate the funds to support this free service that we're going to be providing to the children and the veterans and etc. So it's kind of a two-prong effort. It's both used for excursions as well as a school, if you will, for some people to actually acquire life skills. So it's our ambition to create a template here and then move it. Leave the boat here in Los Angeles, but get another boat/ship in San Francisco, another one in San Diego, and one in Seattle, and then you can go to Houston and New Orleans and all around the coast of America. You can put this program, if you will, and then you can go across the ocean. So we really are excited about the idea of being able to perfect the idea here and then take it abroad.
Everybody has a moment of clarity that changes their life and gives them direction. Some of us get it sooner, some of us get it later. But it's not to say that you won't get it. And so I really hope that what this offers is someone's moment of clarity. That when they step on the boat, they see something they've never seen, they experience something they've never experienced, and they get to take it and go share it with somebody else and pay it forward.
I would say that if people could possibly find a way to help us make this happen, go to our website. There's means there to sign up for some sort of a donation. We plan to, provide recognition for people who help us, help other people. If people, our viewers and people who hear about us, if they could just pitch in a little bit, then we can really make this happen. And if we can make it happen in Los Angeles, we can make it happen a lot of other places. So I encourage people to figure out if they can help us, and if they possibly can, do so, because it'll have a great deal of effect.